Hey, what's going on? We are live. Financial Fitness Friday. Like always. Dave, what's going on, brother?
Jonathan, I'm great. How are you, my man?
I'm good. I'm good. So, we are going to do a deep dive and kind of lay out a great blueprint on how to get better finances in 24. All right. A lot of people want some quick fix, a lot of people want some hack. And the reality is, the best thing that you guys can ever do for yourselves, okay, is learn certain principles, okay, both business wise and professionally. So, as an operator and how you run your life, if you can adapt these habits, you will get a much further ahead in life. You will have much stronger finances and you'll be in a much better position. All right. The problem is most people want something that's a quick fix. And the reality is there's really no quick fix to it. There are certain quick solutions, but the actual fix, it takes a lot of discipline. All right. So I'm going to give you guys a couple of really, really good ideas and what the principles will work if you operate a business and how you operate your life. All right. So first off, let's say you're here and you're making $10,000 a month. Okay. You have to figure out where your fixed costs lie. And what you want to do is you want to kind of drop everything into buckets. Okay. This is the easiest way to do it. Think of a pie chart. Okay. If 25% of your income, or let's say 30% of your income, okay, is going to fixed costs. What are fixed costs? Your mortgage, okay, your car payment, your insurance, the things that you absolutely need to get by, okay? You want your fixed costs to be anywhere between 25 and 35% in that window, okay? You want your variable cost to be another 25 or 30%, okay? And all that means is that money goes directly to that. So if you are using 2,500 bucks a month for your fixed costs and then 2,500 bucks a month for your, the flexible costs that pop up, well, where's the rest of the money go? Well, it should go 25% or 20% needs to go to savings, 20 or 25% needs to go to investing. Okay. And as I what I do is I have these payments come out of my account on a weekly basis. Okay. Every single week, I know I'm putting such and such amount in certain investments. And what it does is I never see that money hit my account. And so it just builds and builds and builds. And then when it gets to a certain point, right, everybody has a savings number that you need. Typically, think about what 6 months of your expenses are. Okay. So that number would be 6 months of 5,000. So think about it this way: you need at least 30, ideally 50,000 in savings. And what that would do is if something were to happen to your income, now you have at least 6 months to replace it, right? That anytime that your savings account goes above that 50, right, you could sweep that into a larger investment. Maybe you pick up an investment property or something. All right. And being disciplined like that, if you're like that, how you operate your personal finances and then you operate your business finances in the same exact manner, guess what? It allows you flexibility, it allows you growth, it allows you to invest. And then when that money starts making a return, now you're compounding, okay, money over time, and you're going to come out way further ahead, way, way further ahead. All right. But it's going to take you 6 months, 12 months to build up and actually see those results start to bear fruit, right? Think about it. When you plant a tree, you don't expect, to get fruit the next day. It's going to take a couple years. Same thing. Anytime that you're designing a system that you can use from this day forward, it's going to take time for you to start seeing a lot of the benefits. And that's why a lot of people stop or they say it's not working or it's not worth it. Dave, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's solid advice right there. I think to add to that and to bring it down the main street is okay. It's a couple things. So if you're trying to save money, well, it's okay. Now I have some bad debt. right? So
Yep.
let's talk about that equation. Probably the only time that I'll ever
Well,
agree.
define bad debt too.
Well, bad debt. Okay. So any revolving type of trade line that's not giving you any trade line really, that's not giving you a return on that investment in some
All right.
manner. With the exception, obviously, a car, unless you play, the tax game with it and so forth. Your house, you can still deduct interest and so forth. But credit cards, if you play the whole game to get a return on that, it's for a different discussion. But if you're just buying, swiping, and paying minimalistic payments every month and getting rocked with interest, it's better to get rid of that as soon as possible, because now you have leverage, you have investing power, not buying power, you have investing power. Get rid of that as quick as possible. You talk about what you save and what percentage you can allocate. Well, this is the time sometimes where, hey, you might got to take it on the chin, man. Cut things out that you absolutely don't need and kind of hustle to get rid of that, because the interest is going to kill you in one way. There's a couple ways to do it. Either pay it down aggressively, or if your credit stinks, get it up enough to where you can roll it into some type of simple term loan to get rid of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That alone, if you have $10 to your name, I forget where I read this is somewhere, forgive me, I can't cite it, but if you have a 750 credit score and $10 to your name, you are actually top tier percent in the country compared to everybody else's debt to income ratio. That's freaking bananas, man. That's a wild
crazy
statistic. Yeah. So it just shows you how much leverage you can create on borrowing power from credit, right? So get rid of that as soon as possible. We won't get into the tactics today. Then it becomes to, if you don't have enough money, well, a couple options. If you're in business, put your foot on the gas, right? If you work a job, well, a couple different ways. You either got to work overtime, which sometimes isn't the best solution because you'll get killed on the taxes, or start finding other ways to bring in income. Facebook Marketplace, referral programs, right? Start something on the side that, hey, it's wintertime here. You know how many kids and people I've been seeing shoveling here lately? That's a quick way. I guarantee you can make a couple $100 in a day easily, right? So if you're looking for ways to save and stack money, there's a couple ways. You got to get it, right? You got to get it, keep it, and multiply it. Those are Grant Cardone's favorite words that he talks about all the time. But that's the thing, man. If you got to get that money in order to make these moves.
Yep. And here's what I'll say. I do want to kind of get into tactics, but I'll do it real quick because there's really two ways to do it, and I don't see any other way to do it effectively. First off, understand that when we're talking about savings and putting all the money into buckets, you're having compounding interest work for you in that scenario. Okay. When you have a lot of credit card debt, as Dave was talking about, the interest is actually working against you. Okay. That's why Dave and I are so adamant about consolidating or paying off credit card debt, because in the long run, all it's going to do is cost you a whole lot of money and it's not producing a return. Okay. Now, I'm not talking about the guys, and Dave, I know isn't, that run up 30, 40, 50 grand each month on their credit card for the points and for the miles, and then they pay it off. Okay. That's fine. I do that every single month. However, what we're talking about is the people that are spending money on credit that it's not producing a return. They don't really need the thing. They're just keeping up with the Joneses, and they're not paying it off at the end of the month. Okay. They're leaving a balance. And most of the time, it's a pretty large balance. And so what that does, it drags down your credit. And now compounding interest over time is working against you, meaning you have to pay down faster than that interest is accruing. Otherwise, it just accrues. And it's way more expensive than the actual interest rate that you're paying. Okay. So if you are in that negative debt loop or negative debt cycle, there's a couple ways out of it. One is the waterfall method. This is the only thing you'll ever hear me say that Dave Ramsey says. Okay. Start with paying off the highest interest credit card first. Okay. Make extra payments to that. Once that's paid off, you go to the next highest interest card, and then the next, and then the next, until it's all paid off. And the whole key is, while you're doing that, don't be putting more shit that you don't need on the fucking credit cards. Simple, easy. Don't do it. Okay. And then I'm gonna say there are a couple other little things that you can do. Like if you have really good credit, good provable income, and you don't want to wait that long to pay off those cars and you'd rather see it done quickly, a little bit easier, and then just pay one note, the way you could do that is a term loan. So as long as you have 660 credit and you can have documented income above 50,000 a year, you should be able to get everything consolidated into one loan. If you need help with it, we do it all the time. Come see me, come see Dave. Dave will just send you to me. But he'll at least be able to see and check and help you with your credit because he does that for my guys all the time. Okay. And then what happens is when you pay all that off and now it's in a longer term loan, looks like a car loan on your credit, and your credit's going to shoot up because you don't have high revolving debt anymore. Okay. On the cards. So there are way quicker ways out of it if you have the credit to do it and the income to do it. Otherwise, use the waterfall method. But the idea here is pay off all debt that is what anyone would consider bad debt, and only take on good debt moving forward. And good debt is anything that's going to produce a return that far exceeds the payment and far exceeds the cost. Okay, that you are making money on, and that is how you're going to build wealth. All right. So if you guys can stay in that where there's no revolving debt and the only debt that you have is producing a return, you will be financially sound by the end of 24. All right, Dave, you got anything else to add to that?
Yeah, bro, it's crazy, but it always comes back to, I think, two key words that we probably touch at least twice a week when we do this, but it's discipline and focus. It's the same ordeal. You're disciplined enough to take it on the chin for your living like the Joneses, to either get this debt paid down and to get your savings and paying yourself up, right? That takes discipline, but it also takes focus, right? Take focus on the task at hand, and put your foot on the gas, man.
I love it. Guys, you heard it here. Do us a favor, check out Capital Tools. And I did drop my new show. It is The Integrated Entrepreneur. Please catch that first episode. It was awesome. Talk about side hustles there. And if we could do anything, reach out. Otherwise, we'll see you on Mindset Monday. Take care. End the week strong.